Okay. Let's look at the comments. I am just loosely testing some upcoming manufacturer races. Hey Catfish. Yeah, that's right. No, Interlagos is next, but I'm just looking a little bit further ahead. This is a really beautiful track, really is. And I just want to get a sense of how it feels. Yeah, I don't know what the weather setting will be, so I've chosen what is probably in between-ish everything. So yeah, funky track. I'll need a couple of laps to find my brake points and what have you. It's a relatively quick track. A lot of corners are blind as well. That's a big challenge. So you need to be really good with your reference points. So yeah, keeping a nice tight line to the left. Follow it all the way around, don't scrub off too much speed. So you want to come at it with a really good angle. Definitely a trail braking corner, and the SLS is doing what I absolutely love it to do in trail braking. It just turns in really nice, really high speed left-handed. Probably have to do a little bit of lift for with hard tyres. If you nail it, I think you could keep it flat, but you'd have to be so precise. Just before the start of the curve, maybe a bit later. I'm just trying to guess based on experience of this track. Flat through this right-hander, downhill left-hander, again braking blind, so a little bit tricky. You don't want a lot of hard braking, and it's very difficult to know when to get back on the gas again. Very easy to run wide there. Here is more of a lift off. I think you've really got to play with where you turn in to get the best grip. I think you can take one of two lines through that section. I've seen people take different lines. Absolutely flat, so you want to get it right over wide so you can brake as straight as possible, as late as possible. Hold the brake, stamp on it. Bit late there obviously, but you hold the brake initially just to straighten the car out before you're fully on the brakes, because you're still turning. Beautiful track. Coming up is probably the trickiest section of the track, the downhill braking before the final pit straight and then the right-hander. Very difficult to judge a brake point. Yeah, missed it. And then here you just want to feather it through. Boom, trying to avoid the wall. So yeah, that's an initial lap. I'm familiar with the track, so I can go reasonably fast straight away, but not crazy fast. Just at the 50-metre board actually, I believe. Yeah, roughly. That was my brake bias. I see what 0 feels like, but I think 1 is something. Do you know what's interesting? I've had 0 for both Mercedes recently, but before I used to have a rear brake bias. Recently I think the changes have made it that I would like a rear brake bias again. We'll see. I think so. We're going to get right over to the left, not so far on the grass like a dipstick. Yeah, just before the curve actually starts on the left. Tricky to find your braking point here. Brake initially, get it straight, stamp on the brake. There we go. Much better. Might be able to get that flat. Yeah, I think you might need a little bit of lift off. Right here. You want to come at it straight. Go straighten up by coming in this way. Ah. So easy to miss your brake point. I've got fuel and tyre wear on. Tyre wear obviously is very, very low. It's, you know, it's hardly anything. But fuel seems to be coming down pretty quick. So I have a feeling that this race will be a fuel saving race. Maybe. Very likely. Which is a little bit annoying. It's definitely the kind of track that I like to go flat out. That curve is not so friendly in my experience if you go too wide onto it. So we're building up pace. So this race will have low fuel wear, so probably sticking with the same tyres for the entire race, but fuel management comes into play, so probably quite similar to the Nations Cup race actually. You know, do you stretch for a nose stopper like I did in the Ferrari, stuck it on P2, or do you go a bit more aggressive? I think both can work, but we'll see. We don't know the time of day of this track just yet. I'm not actually sure what the laps are either. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what tyre wear settings are like if we have 10-minute qualifying laps. Yeah. Anyway, let's turn the fuel settings off and go for, you know, full hot lap. Right, let's go. Nice. That's a good trick, Catfish. Yeah, it's a really hard track. It takes a while to learn. Hey, Dennis has joined us. But yeah, seeing you arrive in a second split lobby, you know, you're doing all the right stuff. Obviously I was behind you for a little bit in qualifying in the race. I picked up a couple of things I noticed, but yeah, you're up and coming. Keep it up. Right. Why am I seeing fuel wear? So straight away I'm thinking that a rear brake bias is going to be quite nice here. Not a major one, just enough to make the rear end step out a little bit into the corner, into the turning. Something I haven't really used for a while. Oh yeah, didn't check my phone. I went to look at it and I ended up not looking. Right. Okay. One mode. Well, to be fair, the other way of it is that I'm doing a live stream, so I will just cut and edit out the best lap. That should work for you okay, shouldn't it? Because at least the live stream shows the detail of your driver input. A replay doesn't. It smooths things over and I hate it. I really hate it. You can't see the detail of what the driver is doing. Bugger. Nice little wipeout. not too wide, but you just want to get a smooth entry, hug it tight, but not having steering hard to go off speed. Very difficult to know when to get on the gas then. I could have got on it earlier, but we're building up. Right, slight lift off. Here we go. I think you could get it flat, but you'd have to freaking nail it. Just before the curb. Lifting off. Boom. Not enough braking. Ah, too late. Ah, so easy to hit the bloody wall. One moment. Okay. Lovely. Got on the gas a bit early, had to lift off. But what I hated about the SLS around Lago Maggiore for the manufacturer race, it's not doing that here. It just felt so understeery, under trail braking. It was horrible. But here it's not doing that, it's doing what I like. Bit better. Yeah, just a tricky little bit of lift off for that corner. Not aggressive, just smooth. Come out this corner straight. To be honest, I'm not using a solid reference, I'm just kind of doing it by eye for that braking point. Too late. Right. I am going to time trial. That's the one I chose. Yeah. It's weird, on the game, the Mercedes SLS looks a bit underwhelming, but when you see an actual Mercedes SLS in real life, it's like, wow, striking car. I don't like it, it's weird, it's interesting. So when they made the AMG, its successor, I was like, wow, they fucking nailed it, it's beautiful, I loved it. I remember when I first saw it on Top Gear, and I was like, that is how you make what the SLS was, that's how you do that. And I've been obsessed with them ever since. I love the AMG GT, it's amazing. I would love to have an AMG GTR, badly, I'd love that so much. The noise on their V8 is just sublime. This time last year, I had an AMG C63 to mess about with for 2 weeks. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a car. And it was an estate. So, people didn't really realise what it was until you then changed the exhaust note and gave it some beans. Everyone was like, whoa, this estate is not, it ain't no stuffed shirt, you know? Absolutely sublime. Bit wide there. Smooth trail braking is one of the magic things for this track, and it'll take me a while to get my reference points. That's what's so hard, this track, it's reference points, it's really difficult. I think the grip has gone up since the lobby has changed. It's very similar, but it feels very slightly different, slightly lighter. Yeah. Really, really slowly off the brakes if you notice, it really helps. We don't want to come off hard. We'll lift off smoothly as well, so you can enter this little bowl, hold the throttle when you turn in, boom. I'm still trying to get the exact line there, it'll take me a while, it'll take me several laps before I'm like, yeah, this is the line I want to take. Hold the brake a little bit, boom, once you're straight. There we go. Oh, a little bit of curb lifted me. I'm pretty confident a rear brake bias is going to be the way forward for this track, just by the feel of it. Not major, one's enough. Any more than that and you just get too unstable under heavy braking. Wide, but not majorly wide, you just need to smooth it out, enter at the right point, hug it, keep it tight. A little bit of sliding there. Right. A little bit of lift as you can see, a little bit more, right on the edge there, just before the curb. I'd say earlier than that now I was able to carry some proper speed around that previous corner. So yeah, only once you're coming out of the previous corner at maximum possible speed can you start drawing anything from the brake points you choose. That's the sort of corner where you just hold the brakes the tiniest little bit just before you actually brake, just to level the car out. Just get a little bit of initial weight on the front, just a tiny bit, and then hit the brakes hard. You don't want to be still slightly turning left when you hit the brakes for that corner, so you want to try and make sure you are coming at it absolutely straight. There we go. Come on. Bugger. There we go, that's the line. I have to confess, this is not a track where I know all the little tricks of the trade to get the absolute maximum out of it. And it's just, haven't raced these tracks as often as I have as other tracks. And so, if a track like Lago Maggiore was somewhere where I felt like I 100% knew how to get the most out of it, then this track is maybe about 70% for me. Because there's a lot of different potential lines you can take. So, you know, and they're all pretty decent, but there's always one which is, on the money. And with so much variety in terms of the slight deviations of lines you can take, and still be pretty competitive, you know, it's difficult to find. And you need a lot of laps under your belt to sort of experiment with a lot of different things, a lot of different braking inputs, blah blah, all that sort of stuff. Lifting off, holding the throttle, waiting for it to turn in towards the end of that curve, then stamp on it. That's the line. Just when that curve's about to end, that's what you're aiming for. Hold it a little bit, boom. So you spend as much time braking in a straight line as possible, not swerving around. Rear left. You can get a little bump from that curve if you take it too tight, which I did. I don't want to take it as tight as possible. There's a little bit of lift, a little bit wider. Bugger. This is a really difficult track to master. To be honest with you, this is not a track that I would want just a couple of days practice on. I don't mean like spending all day on it. I just mean, you know the gap between Wednesday and Saturday for manufacturer series, and it gives you Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning to practice. I think you're going to need a little bit more time than that. So spend a little bit of time on this track. Every now and then, just spend half an hour just doing fucking laps and learning from it and experimenting. Well before you really need to hunker down. Otherwise, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to feel inconsistent because there's still patches of track where you're not 100% on the exact brake point or turning point. Because every time you mess up a corner, because of the potential top speed you can come out of it, it changes the braking point for the next corner. And so you need to be consistently coming out of the previous corner shit hot to then consistently figure out the brake point for the next corner. So I'm coming out this corner slower than I did on the last lap. So the same brake point now works, whereas we overshot it before. Shit like that is going to take a while for you to get down. Unless you're Baptiste Beauvoir or TRL Lightning, an alien basically. If you're not an alien, then don't act like one. Get some practice. And then you'll become an alien. Hold it off, just wait for it to turn in on its own accord. A little bit wide, but no worries. Cool track, really is. I think a BMW M4 is going to be optimal around here based on what I saw at Lago Maggiore. So if you've got a BMW M4 as a manufacturer, then you're going to be laughing. I really think it's going to be very, very strong. It just depends on fuel, doesn't it? What's the BMW like on fuel? Because if this is a fuel saving race, which it is it going to shaft the Beamer? Probably, if it can corner as well as it can. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get a lap that I'm reasonably happy with, to be completely honest with you. Maybe as long as an hour. definitely go and get your wheel inside that curb. The curbs are really good here, but not just outside of them. Not at all. Whereas Sardinia, if you go just outside of the curbs, alright, you got that blue strip, still reasonably grippy. But here, it's just like a concrete ledge on the other side, completely throws the car. So yeah, don't get your wheel inside the freaking curves here. Doesn't work. This is the last lap I'll do, because I ain't going to find my best lap too soon. Well, I'll do 2 more laps. It will take me a while to get all of the braking points and turning points of this track. That's what's so difficult about this track. If this was a race with a high rate of grip change throughout each lap, so high tyre wear settings for example, blah, big challenge. Yeah, we're gonna call it there. I don't have my best. I know that it's not. It's nowhere near my best time. It's not worth saying yes, this is the one. But I am much closer to what that would be. I expect to get into 158s, definitely. So yeah, it's not worth saving. It's not representative. Okay. Let me read the comments. There are many comments. It was only a second race in Split 2. Oh yeah, the Roadster race. Oh man, that was a crazy race. Italy. Oof. Right. I think the Toyota would be a really strong car around Alsace. I don't know how you pronounce it correctly, so I apologise, but yeah, I do. And yes, Jack, it is. So we're looking a little bit further ahead. Interlagos is something I might skip as well, but it depends what the BOP changes are, because when we had the daily race at Interlagos, the AMG, I couldn't beat like third split people with the AMG when they were in the attender, which is not a good look, is it? So we'll see. I'll look at the lap times on Interlagos. In fact, I can look now. People will start putting laps in now, won't they? Excuse me. And let's see where we are. Corvette, surprisingly, is up there in P1. No sign of an AMG, but then absolutely no sign of Baptiste. So depending on where he can stick it, will inform me. But if he's nowhere to be seen, then I'm not that likely to do it. We'll see. I'll see how hard it feels to get into the 128s with the AMG. If it feels insane, it's an interesting thing. Soft tyres, yeah, soft tyres. What time of day? Yeah, that's why it's so grippy. Nice. 3 times and 4 times. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Alsace is quite far ahead. Yeah, okay, but when you... Thing is... Oops, it's not what I'm looking for. Thing is, when you want to score more than 350 points... What? I'm third in the manufacturer ranking. Get out of here. Who's done it? PCMS2J, you cheeky sausage. So yeah, I need to improve. I need to just get a better time. I mean, look, 344, 353, pretty sexy. I haven't scored sexy points ever since. I need to get... To be honest, I have to do the Interlagos race because I want to get myself back into P2. So I've got to score more than 318 points, depending on what PCMS2J does. I need to beat him. Yeah. I need the points. Well, I don't know if it's not okay. It might be okay. We'll see. You're 800. Well, let's work on that, right? There's Dennis the Menace. He's coming up. He's nearly in the top 10 for Mercedes. Deserves to be. It's bloody quick enough. SDL McGee's not really in it. He's better than that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So. Alright, fuck it. Let's do some laps. See what it feels like. I do love the AMG, I really do. So yeah, let's see how close we can get to 128s. Interlagos is a track I can just get straight into straight away, so I don't mind spending a couple of laps here quickly, just to gauge whether or not I'm going to actually practice. But if I just feel like it's impossible to get near the top 10, then doesn't mean I won't do it, but I'll be like, really? So let's see, soft tyres. Yeah. And you know what, the Mercedes AMG might feel different after the balanced performance update. I don't know if they changed anything, I haven't looked. But we'll see. what's so good about this AMG around here is traction. And it's very difficult to get traction out of the final sector of this track. Or all of it, actually. But it's a little bit tricky in the corners. We'll see, won't we? Oh, that's nice. I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't know enough, but there's an interesting feeling. Bit early on the gas. 128. Really nice turn in there. I know it's soft tyres, but I know when a car feels good. Doesn't necessarily mean it's quick enough, but at least it feels good. It was like I said in the SLS, the manufacturer race yesterday, it was obviously quick enough, but it felt like crap. I hated it. I really hated driving it. That feels good. I'm not joking, the AMG feels good. I mean, for crying out loud, I got a 1:29.3 at my second fucking lap. So, what does that tell you? And where I haven't found a time is in the middle sector, the trickiest part of the track. Bit wide. Jesus Christ. It doesn't feel as understeered as it always has done. It feels absolutely beautiful. I love it. Just understeered a bit there though, but that wasn't really, yeah, just carried a bit too much speed. I'll do a couple more laps. But this feels very promising. Really, really promising. Very scuffy through there, but it found me a bit of time. Friggin' nailed that. Wow. Okay, that was within 4 laps. Let's have a look at that. Wow. Basically, in 4 laps, we are within... We're only 3.5 tenths off of PR1 Fire. In 4 laps, and I can still get more out of it. I'm feeling really good about this race. Woo! This is sexy. Yeah, this is good. I like this a lot. Settings. Soft hard. Relatively good on tyre wear. 20 laps. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. This is a really good shot for me, it really is. The only annoying thing is I probably won't get into this, but we could still get some banging points somewhere in here. I'm hoping so. I'm looking forward to this race like mental. I'm going to be all in on it. I mean, the Nations Cup race, not so much, because to be honest, as sexy as Spa is as a circuit, I haven't learned it that well, and I don't really like Group 1. I do, I'm lying, it's more important that I focus on this one. So yeah, it's looking really, really fucking sexy if I can get within 3 tenths of PR1 Fire in 4 laps. Ah, that's going to be awesome. Oh dear. I think we're in for some shenanigans on Wednesday. I'm really looking forward to going out on the first 10 rounds of the season with a bang. But I obviously have to get everything right. But I feel very good about it. The AMG feels absolutely sublime. And if I can do that in 4 laps, Baptiste can fucking smash the top 10 on the leaderboard. I'm sure of it. Absolutely sure of it. But then we haven't seen everybody else. Spider's there with the Lambo. I think it was the Lambo. Oh, I am in the top 10 stars. Get in there, my son. So top 10 at, you know, in no time at all. But there are some other big names that aren't there. But, yeah, get in there. There's Spider. We're barely even 2-3 tenths off of him. And he's incredibly good. Incredibly good. So this bodes really well. It means that we can qualify strong and potentially race strong as well, because the thing about the AMG in race trim is supreme. It just sucked a bit of donkey balls in qualifying because of understeer. It just didn't rotate very well compared to, you know, Hurricanes and what have you. Yeah, I basically have a boner. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, shenanigans are afoot on Wednesday, and I hope to get a big audience because I'm feeling good. I'm not really going to do this one. I might do just for shits and giggles, but I will probably focus much more on this. And I will be focusing on this one. Not so much here, this one. Further ahead, I know, but who gives a shit? I need to be more specific with what I focus on so I can minimise mistakes. It's the most annoying thing ever is making mistakes. Anyway, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. I might be on the I might be on a little bit later as well. So yeah, I might see you then. Cheers.